Hey everyone. Happy Sunday Fun Day. How are you all doing? I hope you had a great weekend with your families, enjoying some sun, right? Gosh, I love the sun. It feels so good. All right, you guys, this is Sunday night business training. I'm so thankful you're on. We've got some great stuff that we want to get covered tonight. A lot of you, if you're on here and you have not told your team about these meetings, it's so crucial that we make sure that your team is on the 3 meetings a week. I mean, it's kind of the non-negotiables in the business. So we do a Wednesday, a Thursday, and a Sunday. Are you guys aware of all those? Raise your hand if you know about them. Okay. They're all at 8 p.m. The biggest question is, does your team know about them? Because it's one thing for you to know about them. It's a whole nother thing if you want your business to explode that your team knows about these trainings. Okay. So again, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. If you looked at what I've been doing for the last 15 minutes, I've been sending out text messages to everybody who's texted me within the last 48 hours. They're getting a text message from me, right? So hopefully you guys are doing the same, sending that out to your team. I always say, remember in the olden days when we used to whisper something into someone's ear, and then the next person would tell the next person, then the next person would, and by the time you got to the 10th person, you're like, I don't know if that's what I said, right? It's a little bit like that, where we want to make sure that we're duplicating the right behavior. Now, in addition to the Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday at 8, by the way, does everybody know where those are found? Because we've now came full circle. For a long time, we were not using the same links. I ask that you please don't put those on your main stay Facebook pages. You can send them via Messenger. You can send them via text message and email. Please don't put them out in the open forum. We had problems with that before, and that's why we had to shut down doing our meetings with the same link, which was so problematic for so many people because they're like, where's the link? I can't find it, right? And now we're back to actually doing the same meetings Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. And those links, let me just show you where they can be found for those of you that are just joining us tonight. This is really, really important for all of you to know, because again, it's not just about you, it's about what you're duplicating with your team. If you get on these things, you're growing, right? If your team gets on these things, your team is going to knock it out of the park. Okay, so we got to make sure that they all know where to find everything. So let me show you how to locate that. If you're brand new on here, welcome. My name is Renita Brennan. My husband Scott and I live up in Bismarck, North Dakota. And we're so thankful you're part of LifeWave, and prepare to be blessed if you're just getting started. So I'm in LifeWave Wellness Warriors. Can everybody see that? Give me some nods. I like these to be interactive. Yep. Can you see that? Now along the top, people don't realize that when you click on featured, does everybody see featured with my cursor right there? Everybody see it? Say it out loud. Featured. Type it in the comments. Featured. Okay. Because some people say, yep, featured. I don't know where to find it. They say everything great is really that I'm posting is going to be under featured. Now there's a lot of stuff and commentary in our group, but the stuff that I am making sure that you guys need to see with your eyes is under featured. So when I click on featured, check this out. It's going to be everything that is featured. So this one is the recording from 5/1. This is the incredible testimonies that we had from Testimony Thursday. If you guys did not catch this, absolutely jaw-dropping, tear-jerking, incredible. So it was about a few of our great teammates from up in Canada gave some incredible testimonies about being an amputee and getting rid of phantom pain and thyroid health and so much more. If you miss these Thursday night meetings, you're missing a lot of incredible testimonies. So again, it's right here. I always post the recording if you're not able to attend them live as you scroll down. So what's happening here is, look at this. Testimony Thursdays, again, this is all under featured. I haven't clicked off of featured yet, guys. This is the Thursday meetings, and look at, it's going to literally be every single week until June 26th. It's that exact same link. See that? So if you guys want to just copy and paste this little part right here, boom, this is going to be for the Thursday night testimonies. You guys got that? So it's the same. So I'm not changing links on you anymore. And I just pray that God keeps our Zoom room safe. We've had some problems in the past, but that's done. As you come down here, check this out. Wednesday night billionaire mindset training. Check what this is. These are all going on until when? June 25th. So again, these are standing Zoom links. This is for the Wednesday night billionaire and the Thursday night testimony Thursday. Are you guys with me? Is everybody with me on this so far? All right. As I keep scrolling down, we're going to talk very quickly, but I could keep scrolling and get to tonight's Zoom, which I'm wondering if people don't know where it's at, right? But it's all under the featured. So sometimes you got to scroll down just a little bit right here. Check this out. So LifeWave business overview. Okay. And let's see. I believe we started this last week where it's just a standing meeting. So that should be the same meeting right here. So I can go down here, watch, we'll see if this works. And I can just type in the comments. Sometimes I do this at everyone. And what that does is it pulls up everybody that's in the group that might not know where to find the Zoom link. They'll find it now. Do you see that, how I'm doing that? Okay, so that's literally all under featured. You guys got it? But let's scroll back up here because something woke me up in my sleep last night, and I want to make sure you all know about the Super Saturday coming up. If you are not qualified for this Super Saturday yet, my advice would be run for it. Run for it right now. Like get yourself qualified this week. So let's talk about who can attend this. The reason the Super Saturday is going to be very important, it's happening down in Dallas, Texas. Scott and I will be attending live. You guys can attend live or virtually. This is going to be an overview on Comp Plan 2.0. So LifeWave really hasn't made a compensation plan in like 20 years. Can you guys imagine? And now they're making comp plan upgrades, enhancements, more ways of earning. Can you imagine, guys? Not only is this patch the greatest technology on the planet, we've got Innovator of the Year, we've got the #1 momentum and growth company with the Bravo Award, 2 consecutive years in a row, and all of network marketing direct sales worldwide. Now there's a comp plan enhancement to pay people more. So you want to be part of this, but the only people that are going to be able to attend, let's read it. Okay, you gotta get going, and maybe the qualification is you must meet the following criteria. I think they're ending it on May 18th. So if you're not in the qualification right now, dang it. So what you want to do is you have to achieve the rank of director for the first time and maintain it for just 1 week. So here's the deal: if you have not been a director yet, you need to run right now. Like tonight, you need to get off and you need to share the 11-minute video or one of the previous recordings with people tonight, because you guys really want to make sure that you hit director, because when you hit the rank of director, you only need to maintain it for at least 1 week. And then you can attend this thing in person or virtually for those that can't get to Dallas. There will be the virtual option. If you're a manager, you can't attend. You got to be at least a director. Are you guys with me? So if you're not director, it's go time. Okay. Or be a director or higher who's paid at that for at least 3 weeks. So either brand new director, just holding it for 1 week, you've got time to do it. It's May 4th, and the qualification deadline ends on May 18th. So this is your moment. This is your moment. We just had somebody came in, and guess what? Within the first 2 weeks, guess what she is? Director, right? So this is happening left and right on our team right now. So go for it if you really want to attend the new Comp Plan 2.0. 8 hours of learning about the new compensation plan. For you money people in the room and you people that love the numbers and the logistics, wow, you absolutely need to be at this thing. Okay, here's another thing I want to say. If you know that you're not going to get to be director, you might be somebody that sponsored you. You might be their manager, right? You guys know this? Let's raise your hand if you know about the manager and the director thing. So manager means you've sponsored 4 people. Director means you've sponsored 6, and you've got a manager on each side. The person that is your upline might need you as their manager to make sure they're director, so they can go get the education to come back and tell you. So even though you might not hit the director, please make sure you're maintaining your manager status with your team so that the person that sponsored you can be director and they can get to this thing to get the education and knowledge needed to bring it back to you. You guys get what I'm saying? It's very, very important that it's like teamwork makes the dream work. So if you say, Renita, there's just no way I'm going to go director, can you maintain manager? Is my question. Because that way the person that enrolled you, hopefully you're one of their managers and they'll go director so they can go get the information and bring it back and feed you with it. All right. Very, very, very important. And again, that's coming up on June 7th for all who are director and can get to that in person, or again, you can attend virtually online if you can't get there in person. Okay, so does anybody have any questions where to find the Zoom meetings now for our team? They're all under featured. Are we clear with that? That's a huge piece of information. When people say, what do I need to do to grow the business? You need to grow yourself. So you need to be on the Wednesday, Thursday, and the Sunday meetings. And not only do you need to be on them, if you're growing somebody who wants to share and earn, then it's really crucial that they're on them as well. Because if you don't train them and they're not being taught how to work this business, and they're not immersing themselves around the people who are winning, they won't know how to do it. Right, guys, especially if they're brand new to network marketing. So it's very crucial that they're on these meetings. In fact, I just said to Scott in the car, we have a gentleman that after a couple of years wants to plug in and do the business. And I said, I think all of us go through different times in our lives where we're having struggles and whatnot. I said, you know what he really needs? He needs to get on and listen to everything, single recorded Wednesday night millionaire mindset, billionaire mindset meeting. Because how many of you know the millionaire mindset meetings on those Wednesday nights will change your mind to change your life? You got to change your mind to change your life in this business. So again, how would I find those? Check this out, guys. I could go in here. Can you guys all see this? I'm still LifeWave Wellness Warriors. I'm going to click on that little looking glass. That's where I can search. Okay. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to search millionaire mindset and see what comes up. And I'm going to try to put recording behind it to see if that makes it even tighter for me. So any millionaire mindsets that might have done before we even called it billionaire mindset. Now check this out. Okay, here's billionaire, the recording from billionaire mindset, billionaire mindset, business training recording. Okay, so do you see what I'm saying? What I'm doing here? I just went and found the code word in the Facebook group to go down because people need to train their brain, don't they? Would you guys agree that we all need a little bit of mental brainwashing in a good way? It's really interesting. Scott and I were just talking about how we were listening to this gentleman speak, and he said, you don't fall into good habits. He said, many people fall into bad habits. Would you guys agree? You fall into bad habits. You choose good habits. You choose to work out every day like Sherry and Rocky. You choose to get on the Zoom meetings every single week, right? You choose to go out and sponsor people, okay? So you're not going to fall into excellence. Let me say that again. You're not going to stumble or fall into excellence. That's not how life works. You fall into negative patterns. How many know if you let your mind go, it'll just go south on you. Those negative ideas and thoughts come, right? So we have to really train ourselves and discipline and, hold every thought captive and make it obedient to the abundance that we're seeking, right? The growth that we're seeking, the serving others and loving others that we're seeking with this patch. Okay, you guys understand how I'm showing you how to use the looking glass in our group. I'm showing you how to find everything under featured. Now listen, if I whispered this into the ear of you, could you relay it to your team is my question. Or by the time it gets to the sixth person, would it be mumbo jumbo? Right? Okay, by the time it gets to the seventh person, okay, that's not making sense. We need to make sure that people are accurately knowing where to find this stuff. So if you're a leader in here, you guys know, right? Say it out loud. I know where to find it. I know what to do now. I just showed you how I literally search. When people say to me, Renita, where can I find something? Do you know what I do? I go to my Facebook group and I look in the search bar, search looking glass, and I just look for what they're asking me. They could have done the same thing. That's all I do. There's nothing special about me. I just know how to use the looking glass search bar. That's it, right? So get good at using that. Is everybody with me on that? Yes. All right. Also, there was a brand new presentation that Scott Brannon put in here the other day. So watch what I'm going to do again. And the little looking glass, do you see it there? I'm going to click on that and I'm going to type the word presentation in. Okay. And what's going to come up is from May 1st at 7:50 a.m. Scott Brannon. And actually, we should probably pin this. You know what? Scott's going to have to pin it from his phone because he posted it. But we'll make sure that's pinned to the tippity top. Scott, if you're watching this, please go into that post that you put in there and pin it. Scott said he just pinned it. Okay, so there we go. So this is actually a flip chart, a brand new updated flip chart for those of you that might be interested in doing your own presentation. Now, let's give it up for Sherry McCants. She's doing a presentation today, I think in Iowa. I think it's in Iowa. We've got so many people doing presentations on a daily and weekly basis now. So if you're not one of them, consider doing that in your community. Consider doing that locally in your area, right? Maybe in your home, in a coffee shop, at the library, wherever you'd like to go. But again, the next level conferences, this is at convention.com. If you've not gone there and get registered, make sure you go there. This is all business training. All of that is business training. Okay. So if you're interested in learning more about the business, plus it's a trip to Orlando that you can write off as a tax deduction because you're going to go build yourself. to build your business. They did offer up option now, if you don't want the package. Before you had to get the package, like, you know, where it's like 2 or 4 people or whatever. They do have an option now where you can just get the ticket for those that might be living in the area, or maybe are doing, you know, a vacation rental with others in a home or something like that. That's all available now, where you can actually just purchase the individual ticket for those that might be looking. Okay, so this is at convention.com. Make sure you guys get there. And again, the conference, these events will sell out. Okay, this is going to be better than last year. David Schmidt has said, I mean, I don't know how it could have got better than last year. If you were at the 20th anniversary convention for LifeWave, it was the best thing I've been to in my life. That's how fantastic it was on every level, from the science to everything that was revealed and released, to the entertainment, to the community, to, I mean, just everything was just so top notch. I've never experienced anything quite like it. He promises this convention will be better. And I'm thinking, better than Adam Levine, Maroon 5, and Gwen Stefani? Apparently, he said the entertainment will be better yet. So even just to go to a concert and to be surrounded by people with miraculous stories about this patch, and to hear from David and the scientists, and to learn about the water, you know, X2O, make sure that you guys get your ticket purchased ASAP. Again, they're going to sell out. They're going to sell out, and they're going to shut it down. And then people are going to be inboxing me saying, how can I go? And be like, you know what? We're telling you in advance, get your tickets. And again, the Super Saturday, like we talked about, you've got to get that paid as director for 3 or more weeks, or advance to the director and maintain it for 1 more week. You have until the 16th to qualify. So you got to go. You got to hit director this week. That's all there is to it. Just say it out loud. I'm hitting director this week. I'm just going to go do the necessary actions to do so. All right. Maybe the necessary actions are you have a meeting with one of your people that is almost a manager. Maybe you do some 3-way calls or some Zoom meetings with people that are trying to work this. Maybe you stand in the gap with your team to help them to go manager. Okay, guys? So again, this is the brand new presentation. You're welcome to pick and choose, take this, change slides if you don't like it. Of course, they have all the new over 200 patents. Hey, thanks to John and Teresa Getz and Debbie Martin, who actually added these new slides. We just think she's a genius. So thank you so much for pushing over those slides so we could add them and update our presentation as well. And then, of course, we got some cool slides in there with the Navy SEALs. If you haven't seen that yet, it's really cool. And then talking about Richard Quick and the Olympic swim team. So if you need a presentation, you're wondering where to find it, it's right here. It's right under presentation in your back office. And again, all of it is there. You know, it's all in there for you guys. One thing I was going to show you in your back office, let me stop the share for a second and we'll come right back to that. In your back office, do you guys know where to find the studies? I have people all the time that are talking about the studies and they're like, where are they? Where are they? They have no idea where the studies are. So what I would like to show you real quick here, guys, is actually where the studies are. So let me just log into my back office here really quickly, and then let me screen share with you. Okay, so along the top here, hang on one quick second. All right, so let me share. And then along the top, you can actually click on resources on the far right-hand side. So check that. Do you see everybody see resources? Nod your head if you see it. So I logged into my back office. There's resources. And when you come on over here to, let me scroll down a bit here. When you come on over here to marketing tools, do you guys see marketing tools? Everybody see it? My cursor's on it. Okay. When I click on marketing tools, I'm able to scroll all the way down. And when I scroll all the way down over here, keep going down, down, down. Let me go down, keep going down, 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 keep going down. Look at this. Look where studies are, guys. Do you see that? So that's under marketing tools, and I clicked on studies, and boom, there are the clinical studies that people are looking for. This is not listed out in mainstream anymore. You have to go to the back office to get these studies. Okay, so now you know where to find them. They're under resources. Then I clicked on marketing materials, marketing tools, and then I scroll down to studies. You guys got it? Give me a thumbs up if you got the studies, because we have people ask that question a lot. Okay, especially if you're dealing with a healthcare practitioner of some sort. All right, and I should also ask this, for those of you that are brand new tonight, or you've been here a while and you've got some burning questions about the comp plan or about the ways of earning, please put them in the chat. I just really want it to be very much a learning experience for you tonight. So if you've got a really great question that you just don't know the answer, or you can't find the answer, make sure that you put it in the chat. Now, something that I want to tell you is, who was on the Saturday training yesterday? This training was so phenomenal. Okay, who was on it? First of all, I love Mikey and Sai, and I'm just going to tell you, these guys are like, the gentleman that spoke after Mikey is like a life coach, kind of. Do you guys know this about him? He's amazing. And so if you have not saw it, wow, wow, wow. So let me just take you and because in addition to the Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday that we have, you guys know that we have This Is It team trainings pretty much every day. In fact, Scott and I are doing the Tuesday training. Scott and I will be at This Is It team training. We're actually the presenters on it on Tuesday at 2:00. They have a 2:00 training on Tuesday. I think it's, they have it at that time just because that works for some of their international European markets. So Scott and I actually are the presenters for This Is It team on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Okay. But there's literally Zoom meetings. Do you guys know this? Every single day with This Is It team. Now, listen, you don't even need to wait for a live Zoom meeting if you say, Renita, I just need the information now. You guys know it's copy, paste, duplicate, right? We have the 11-minute meeting, the 12-minute meeting, and the 21-minute meeting. How many of you know that we've got that in the mix? Who knows that? Do you know that since I got back from Punta Mita, we've enrolled 7 people since Punta Mita? Do you know what I send out? The 11-minute meeting, the 12-minute meeting, and the 21-minute meeting. I just send them out again and again and again and again. And I say to people, listen, watch the first meeting. It's 11 minutes. It explains the X39. If you want to know about some of the other patches, watch the 12-minute meeting. And please reach out as soon as you've viewed these videos, and I can answer questions that you might have. So I believe in not just pushing something down somebody's throat. I believe I'm going to give you a tool and a resource, and I'm going to see how serious you are about watching it. See how I operate, right? And people get back to me and they say, wow, I watched the videos and amazing, I'm in. How do I get started, right? I do want to read a quick testimony that I got just like a day ago that I really haven't shared on social media yet, but I want to read it. There was a little a young boy here in our community in the state of North Dakota, and he was actually had a vaccine injury. How many of you guys know that type 1 diabetes is now being found as a vaccine injury, unfortunately? People didn't know it. They vaccinated their kids, and unfortunately, these kids developed type 1 diabetes. Well, this young little boy had a vaccine injury and developed type 1 diabetes, unfortunately. Well, his mom was reaching out to me, and I said, you know, we've seen great things with type 1, give it a shot. And then she reached back out to me this week and she said, hey, Renita, we need to buy more patches. How do I get more patches? And I was like, oh, you can go in and upgrade from the advanced to the premium. And I said, how is he doing, this little boy? And she said, he has been doing really well on them, exclamation point. And then I said, okay, great. This is how you upgrade, because she wanted to buy more patches at the best deal. And I said, I really believe this is going to help him. She said, I believe it's going to help him too. He has barely needed any insulin. His blood sugars are regulating on their own lately. This is what I'm saying. Come on, baby. Come on, mama. Anyway, and so it was great that she just took the risk and the leap of faith, right, to get on the patches. I said, you know, we see really remarkable things with type 1, and I have to believe, because he's not like an old type 1 diabetic person, he's young. I think these patches are going to reset things for him, right? So we got a lot of great things going on, you guys. I got a lot of those on my phone, but I was just kind of dealing with that again. I had circled back to it, and so I thought, oh, I better share that on tonight's meeting because it's so profound. In case you know anybody that has type 1, they absolutely need to be on the patches. All right, let's keep moving on. How are you guys doing so far? Anybody putting in the chat any questions they have? Let's see here. I want to make sure if you have questions. What is his age? Oop, oop, oop. Let me scroll back a little bit. I want to say that I think he's 9. I think he's 9 or 11. I think 9. Okay. Anyway, that's that story. Moving on. Any other questions that you guys have about business training? Because then we're going to move into it. 11-minute video. I'm not sure where those are. Okay, so let me go show you again. The first stage of learning, how many of you realize the very first stage of learning is visual? Raise your hand if you don't know that. or if you know that. The second stage is audio, like you can hear it, right? But you need to see things. And that's why people need to see it. Like when people want to do phone calls with me, I say no. I say, let's do a Zoom. You know why? I want them to see the flip chart. I want them to see my dad's legs. I want them to see my mom. I want them to see my boys. I want them to see what the power of the patch can do for them. And visual is the very first stage of learning for everybody. That's across the board. So let me get back on over here to LifeWave Wellness Warriors. And then we are going to talk about about the Saturday training because it was so powerful yesterday. So let me get over here. Those of you who said, I don't know where the 11, the 12, and the 21 are, guess what? What I'm going to do, I'm in my Facebook group again. Okay. Remember, if you don't know where to find something, what can you do? Okay. I looked up presentation and right there's a presentation and now that should be pinned to the top. Let me go back for a second here. You guys can see this. Here I am, LifeWave Wellness Warriors, right? I'm going to go in there and I'm going to put 3 videos. Watch me do this. 3 videos. Ready? What's going to come up for us when I type in 3 videos? Okay. Is it going to come right away? Billionaire mindset training. Electrolytes are important. By the way, have you watched this one? Electrolytes are important when patching. Wow, I posted that electrolyte video the other day. It just went so big, right? Terry Beatley, boy, I'm getting a lot of stuff. Where are my 3 videos? So let me fine tune it again. Watch what I'm going to do now. Posted by me. See how I made that tighter? Posted by me. And I'm also going to say 11 minute. I'm going to make it tighter. I'm just looking for words. I'm searching for words. See how I'm doing this, guys? 11 minute posted by you. Okay, let's see if that pulls it up. Right there it is. When I typed in 11 minutes. So what that does is it search for the words and look at on here. Here's the 11 minutes. So it found that in the clues that I gave it. Did you guys see how I just found that? I literally looked in the looking glass. So these 3 videos, copy, paste, duplicate. So sometimes I send one out at a time. I'll just send the 11-minute video. Sometimes I'll send the 12-minute video that has all of the patches. And then the 21-minute video has the 6 ways of earning. By the way, if you've not watched the 21-minute video, it's a great comp plan overview. It's a great comp plan overview. So if you've not watched that one, do it. Now I'm just going to go back over here. Do you see where I found it, guys? And again, let me just pin this to the top again. Let me see. This is my post probably. In fact, I'm just going to type in here. Sometimes I do this on my own posts. I'm kind of funny this way. I actually go in there and put in code words. So I'm going to go in here and type in hashtag. Let me pull that down a little bit. I can't see it. Let me comment on my own post. Do you guys ever do that? I can't seem to do it. The point is if you comment in there, if you go in there and type in 11 minute, you can even type in hashtag in the comments 11 minute, hashtag 11 minute, hashtag 3 videos, hashtag, because then when you go to find it yourself, it'll go right to that post. You guys know how to do that? So I'm not an expert in social media, but I know enough to be quite dangerous. So I can be effective and quick because I don't want to be searching all day for stuff. Okay, so do you guys see what you can do? You can go there on this video and you can comment yourself. Go on there and comment yourself. By the way, this is under featured. If we kept scrolling down under featured, we'd get to these videos again. True story. We'd get to these under featured. Okay, so it takes a little bit of time. Let me go stop. Let me stop that screen share there. And let me just go over here and copy, paste, duplicate in the comments, Control V. There's the videos. I just copied them right in the comment section. So those of you who are on your computer or even on your phones, you can go to the comments right now or the chat, just copy those. And you know what I would do? Text them to yourself. Text them, messenger them to yourself. Hold your finger over top of that whole compilation right there and text it to yourself. Messenger it to yourself. Okay. How many of you guys know how to screen record on your phones? This is something new that I learned how to do. I did not know how to do it. My boys taught me. In fact, I didn't even have screen record on my phone. So I asked my phone, how do I screen record? And I didn't have the app, apparently. It's a thing that you have to add to your phone to do it. So I added it. And how you screen record is really cool. When I am in the middle of a video, I can just push this button. So what I did is, let's say I got a video playing. It's David Schmidt. It's the 11-minute video. Maybe it's the athlete video from last night with Bo. Did you guys watch that one? Wow. Jaime and Bo and True. It was a great video. And Ashley and Tommy. But what you can do is you can watch that video and you can pull down on your phone like this. Let me see if I can get it for you guys. You can see it here. Come on, Renita. Scroll down And then it's going to be this little button right here. And when I hit it, you have 3, 2, 1. And now it would be screen recording whatever is on my thing. So I have to swipe off and get back to the video, and it gives you 3 seconds of a leeway. And then when you're done, when you're very done with that, then you'd actually hit the screen record button again when you're done. And then you can even trim it. So I do that a lot of times. I don't just always share everybody else's stuff. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. Other times I don't. I'm like, I'm just going to screen record that little snippet myself. And so I screen record it, and you can literally cut the screen to whatever you want to show on there. And you guys can do that. So that is a big marketing tip that I've learned recently that you guys can all have access to. And I didn't know how to do it. I had to ask my phone how to do it. And then I had to have my boys show me. And now I do it all the time. I literally screen record probably at least once or twice a day to get those snippets. Okay. Are you guys with me? Hopefully that's helpful to some of you. I know some of you needed that. Okay. Any other concerns there about any of that? I like on the chat here. I'm trying to find everything on the chat. Okay, that's helpful. Chris Pavic, don't tell me that I just taught you that, girl. Okay, let's just go for a second to Chris Pavic. Chris, can you unmute yourself? Did you guys see Chris? I don't know how you did what you did today, but that was cool. So let me find. Keep talking, Chris.
Okay.
Where are you, Chris? You pretty lady. Chris and I have been.
I'm in here, but I don't have my camera on.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, I'm just going to add a pin just so I'm talking to something. Okay, so Chris did this great thing today. Hey, Chris, the one where the doctor was actually sitting behind you, can I go get that when I just go to your Facebook page?
I think, well, it's on Instagram.
It's on Instagram? Okay, let me try to go there.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Then it moved to Facebook, and it cut it off. So then I had to redo it.
Let me see if I can go there and get it. I hope my computer just kept me logged in, because sometimes there it is. Okay, there you are. Oh, here it is. See, that was how AI worked on my benefit. I said it, and look, it's the first thing that comes up. So I just talked to my computer and it worked. Did you guys see that, how that works? You just have to say it to your phone or your computer, and it'll just pull that stuff right up now. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, if you can't find something, just say it out loud next to your phone, and it'll be the next thing on the reel. True story. That's AI. Okay. I always say, if you're looking for good stuff, you're going to become a genius. If you're looking at dumb stuff, you're about to sink your ship. Okay. So when I go share here, I want to show you Chris's Instagram thing, because it was so good. So Chris had watched this video. Okay. And I don't share a lot of other doctors outside of This Is It team. So I don't share a lot of Dr. Stacy's stuff, I'll be honest. But the bottom line is I like that interview that she did. And I like that you gave his whole knowledge base, his whole credential list of who this doctor is. I like that you did that, Chris. And so what Chris is doing here, in fact, let me stop the share and screen share again, and you can just listen to what she did. I'm thinking, how did you get this on the screen? I need to learn how she did this today. Maybe Chris can teach us, because she's like a tech wizard. By the way, Chris has always been this good. If you see Chris's she sponsored like 5 doctors today. I don't know if you noticed, they all came in the Facebook group, because she goes to these events, and you should see her setup. It's so phenomenal what she does with
patched his shoulder, got him out of.
Hang on a second. How do I rewind this? Let me just go to Chris Pavic again. Okay, let's try it again. Can you guys all see my screen with Chris? Okay, this is Chris.
Hey, I'm here to save you a bunch of time, so listen up. Those of you that are taking a look at LifeWave and haven't made a decision on, I'm going to help you make a decision. If you don't know this man, you need to know this man. This is Dr. James Kneller. He has a mechanical engineering bachelor's of science degree. He's got a bioengineering master's of science degree. He's got an MD, PhD in internal medicine, cardiovascular fellowship at Columbia University, and a heart rhythm specialty done at UCLA. So he did some studies around the cardiovascular system. Anyways, let me go back and just tell you what happened. He went to an event, somebody patched his shoulder, got him out of pain, and he's like, holy cow, this is really interesting. So then he went and did several studies on cardiovascular system, because that's what he does. And there was a surgery that he did, and he asked other cardiovascular doctors, what do you think the healing time would be? 47% said it was going to be 4 weeks. 20-some% said it was going to be 6 weeks. And then another 20-some said 8 weeks. It actually took 6 days. That's 500% improvement or increase in the healing properties. So if I'm going to have heart surgery, I don't want to be laid up for 8 weeks. I don't even want to be laid up for 4 weeks. If I can get that stuff done in 6 days, then sign me up. So we all know that LifeWave does a lot more than just on your heart. We've seen the changes. We've seen the life-changing testimonials. Anyways, I'm going to include a link where he talks about these and he shares the studies. So if you're one of my friends, my people doing the research, watch the video. If I can put the link in this video, I will put it in this video. If I can't, it'll be in the first comment. DM me, or it'll be in my link tree. It'll be somewhere. If you can't find it, just DM me. Oh, so I forgot to tell you, he says a couple of studies. Anyways, so when he did these studies, he was invited by the American Heart Association to come and speak to them in Chicago, because they're like, what is going on? You're not using medicine. You're not using stuff people have to swallow. You're not injecting anything. What is happening? So he did another study. It says phototherapy to stimulate carnosine activity and enhance global heart function. Something to increase global heart function. This is a promising adjunctive therapy for congestive heart failure. You've got to watch this video.
This is pure gold, Chris. This thing is pure gold. Okay. Does anybody else think this is pure gold? This is like marketing.
Yes, it was excellent.
Out of 1 to 10, it's a 10. If all of you would do what Chris just did, you'd send up 50 people of your friends. And I just want to add a couple things to it, and then Chris, I'm gonna let you talk. My dad, when my dad wore the patches for 6-7 weeks, by the 5th week, they took him off of all of his blood pressure medication. He was like on 4, maybe 5. They took him off of all of his blood pressure medication. And when we went back to Mayo Clinic, he had been on the patches for 6 to 7 weeks. The doctor at Mayo Clinic, and my dad, I'm just going to be honest, he was only wearing X39 for the first month. And then I figured out about X49. And so he had been wearing that maybe for like 1 to 2 weeks. When we took my dad back to Mayo Clinic, the doctor at Mayo Clinic said, Richard, we are taking congestive heart failure off your medical records. You have not a single symptom of it. You guys may have heard that story. I don't really tell it a whole lot, but I was with my dad at that doctor's appointment in Mayo, and I was looking at the doctor like, holy crap, how do you just take congestive heart failure off a medical record? He's like, your father doesn't have a symptom of it. He said, it's almost like they made a mistake in Bismarck, but I doubt they did. But he's like, he doesn't have symptoms of congestive heart failure anymore. He said, we're just going to remove that from his medical records. True story. So when I hear this kind of stuff, it gets me fired up, Chris, because I know it to be true. Okay, Chris, just give us a little, can you give us a little, I mean, first of all, great idea. What I loved about it is people sometimes don't click on a link. They don't go watch the 11-minute video. They don't go watch the 13-minute video. They don't go watch the 46-minute video, but they watch their friend, Chris, in 2 minutes, talk about giving this guy the credentials, kind of a summary of what happened. You got the picture of the guy in the back, so it's super captivating. Wow, is that excellent marketing? I would be shocked if you didn't sign up 5 to 10 new people from that video. It's that good. Okay, so Chris, can you tell us how to do it? Like, how'd you get the guy in the back? How does that work?
So I just did the Instagram with the green screen. And then I found him on LinkedIn, took a picture of him on LinkedIn because he posted his LifeWave clinical studies on LinkedIn. So I took a picture of it, and then I just put that picture on my green screen for Instagram. And that's how I did it.
You can do a green screen. Can you just tell me how you do the green screen?
It's one of the options.
Okay, so what happens when I go there to go do a post? If I go to push a plus,
I'm going to post. Yeah, I think it's on the right-hand side.
Okay.
I can do a video of it and send it over to you.
Yeah, would you? Or just post it in LifeWave Wellness Warriors if you can just record you can screen record your phone. Like,
yeah,
to show, could you do that? To just show us how you're doing it? Because I'm like, that is pure magic what Chris did. Now you can go ahead and hit the share button, because I did that, because I'm like, this is just genius what Chris did here. And so you guys, do you guys think this is fantastic as I think it is? I know good marketing when I see it. Trust me. That was excellent marketing. So hopefully if you came tonight and you didn't know about all this, yeah, it's going to be big. And I'm going to tell you, by the way, with heart health, it's going to be huger than we can even know, because sound, light, and frequency are what are healing heart conditions. I don't know if you guys are well aware of this. Another thing that happened to me at Mayo Clinic with my dad, we were eating breakfast one morning. There was an old farmer from North Dakota sitting at the breakfast table at the hotel we were at, and he had a big old watch on. It was huge. It looked like an Apple Watch times 3. And of course, you know me, conversationalist. Hey, what's with the Star Trek watch? That's how I started the conversation that morning. And my dad and I were eating breakfast. I said, hey, what's with that big Star Trek watch you got on? And this farmer who's in his 70s from North Dakota says, you're never going to believe it. He said, I actually am part of a clinical study here at Mayo Clinic. I said, really? I said, tell me about it. He said, well, they have me wear this watch. He said, I know it kind of looks like a big gadget. He said, but it actually monitors my heart and my nervous system. He said, I had to come to Mayo Clinic 3 times in the last year, and they had me put on a headset to listen to music. It was like frequencies, he said. I said, well, you had me at frequency. Tell me more. He said, well, I listened to these frequencies and it monitored my heart and my nervous system on this watch. He said, now tomorrow, I'm part of the clinical study where I'm having a major massive heart surgery tomorrow with no medication. I said, you got to be kidding me. He said, no, they're just going to put that headset on and have me listen to those frequencies that they monitor with my watch. I said, so you're having a massive heart surgery tomorrow with no drugs? He said, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I said, wow. So, you know, what I love is learning. When people say, I don't believe in that, that's gross. You know what I believe in? Growth, healing, learning. There's got to be ways for diseases to go by the wayside, right? There's got to be new ways of healing that we're not exposed to yet, right? So you got to be open to this stuff, and you got to be receptive when people are lean in and ask the questions so you can hear the stories, right? So of course my dad is like saying to the guy, you need the patch. You need the patch. And I loved it because here are these 2 old dudes, my dad 80, this guy's in his 70s, you know, they're both like part of cutting edge science, right? How incredible. My dad's wearing the phototherapy patches, no more congestive heart failure. This guy's having some big open hearts, or not open heart surgery, but some massive heart surgery with no drugs. But anyway, I could talk all day about this stuff because, you know, I'm crazy about health. I'm obsessed with health. Chris, anything else you want to say about that? I love that video. You'll have to let us know how it goes and how the response was for your viewing audience, because I just thought it was super duper. Like,
Will do.
Chris, how
Yeah,
are you?
so just so
How are
you
you
know,
doing?
the
Oh,
reason
stop.
I just so you know the reason why I did it was exactly what you said. People don't watch that long video. And like the first 5 to 7 minutes, people might watch that first part and say that's a bunch of fluff. So I wanted to get them all the way to the end.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did. So you literally just took it, gave the credentials, and summarized it. And I think it's genius. It's marketing 101. Boom. Like you just give them what they're looking for, right? So anyway, very, very, very cool, guys. Chris, I love you. I love you. Tell Doug hello. I love
Will
you. I love
do.
you.
Love you
Let me
too.
know when I can come help you with some of those doctors. Let's get them going. Come on. Chris is a genius at signing up doctors. This girl's so good. She's on fire. All right. I love it. Go watch what Chris is posting. She's so good at all this tech stuff. I'm like, did you do that? Teach me. I want to learn. Right. I never say something like, well, I don't understand tech. That's too hard. I'm like, no, teach me. I can learn. I'm learning. I'm receptive to new ideas and new ways of sharing, right? New ways of sharing because we care. All right. Moving on. Let's get back on over to the YouTube yesterday because I showed you, I'm showing you guys like key takeaways. I don't want to spoon feed you. You're not a baby. You're an entrepreneur. You can stand on your own 2 feet, but you need to go do some of the stuff that I'm talking about because it's going to empower you. And when you're empowered, you're going to be able to power up your team. If you're not empowered, you're walking around like, I don't know what to do, right? I'm showing you where to find this stuff. This is easy stuff we're talking about here tonight. I want every one of you to win and say it out loud. I am a winner. I am winning. I'm going to win every single trip from here on out. When I listened to Trina Arneson this morning, she was in the car driving and she talked about her son, Tyon. It was the first time he's ever seen the ocean. He's 18. And she said it was so wonderful that I could take my 18-year-old son along on this free trip that she earned to Punta Mita, all expenses paid, for his 18th, like the year he's graduating high school. She said it was such a joy that I could take my son on this free trip. I'm like, this young man had never seen the ocean, you guys. What a blessing LifeWave is on so many levels, right? So let me hit the share button again. What I'm going to do is I'm going on over to YouTube and I am going to come up here for those of you that don't know it. And I'm going to type in, this is it team, right? Let me see. This is, whoopsie. There it is. This is it team. So if you're not part of this is it team, right here it is. And you can go here, guys, and all the trainings are recorded. Last week, wow, Terry Beatley knocked it out of the park. She's SPD Elite on our team. If you didn't watch that one, but literally all of the trainings are right here. Do you guys know this? Do you know that they're all recorded? So if you missed them, no big deal. They're all right there, right? So if you didn't watch this one yesterday with Mike and Saeed and Jay, you got to hit this and you got to watch this training. And I tell you what, when Jay Adkins starts talking, let me see if I can get to it a little bit here. Pull it in. He's talking about the different packages. Look at Mike. He's talking about tech. Oh,
Germans have figured out a way
second.
to increase water pressure by 15 times without using any energy.
Hang on a second.
This new
motivation came from not necessarily what I wanted, but what I didn't want anymore.
Right.
Like
We're gonna watch
going
it just
to
for a
work
second.
for someone that I don't like and doing things that I don't like for a check that really doesn't do much for me, right? Things like having to go to a restaurant and read the menu from right to left. I was more motivated by the things I didn't want anymore in my life than the things that I wanted. I don't know what it is that you want. I don't know what it is that you don't want anymore. But guys, this is what it takes. So anyway, let's get right into it. Let me see. Rise up.
Talking about that.
Strong. Okay.
My team. So good afternoon, everybody. I am so excited to be back with you guys again today. It's always such an honor to spend time with people who are leaning in, growing, and showing up to get better, especially on a Saturday, right? You can make every excuse in the world not to be here, to be working on yourself. It's all about.
I'm not going to play it. I want you to know that it's here, and it would be to your best interest. Listen, I watched it already, and I'll watch it 2 or 3 or 5 more times and listen to it because I like to win, and I want all my team winning, and I don't want to be stuck financially where we're at, which is not a bad place to be. I'm not saying that, but I think we can double down. I think we can double it this year, right? So for me, it's all about like, what do I need to do different? If you're doing the exact same thing, nothing's changing. I believe in consistency. I believe in working out every day. You guys know this about me. I'm crazy about that. But if I'm really going to change my body, when I decided to do a bikini competition at 40, I'll probably do another one at 50. Even though I worked out a lot, it was nothing like I did for that 90-day window. And I love how Jay Adkins, in that talk that he gives, he talks about don't plan things just for a year. I mean, you can have a long-term vision of what you're going to do in a year, but what are you going to do for the next 90 days? Sometimes a year is too long. Because if you give yourself a year, then you'll wait until like month 10 to start, right? Whereas if you give yourself a 90-day window, a 3-month window, it's like giddy up. And I love it because I've been listening to Ed Milet and these greats for a long, long time, and the Tony Robbins. And the biggest commitment you make is the commitment you make to yourself. And when you make a commitment to yourself, do you know that's where you actually increase your confidence? When people say, well, how are you so confident, Renita? I make a commitment to myself and I do it. I just do it. Whatever. I'm going to work out at 9 a.m. I do it. I'm going to go talk to 5 people today. I do it. I don't ever not do it. I always do it. Ask Scott. I always do it. Like I'm just committed to the promises I make to myself. Why? Because it increases my confidence. And then my confidence just oozes out of everything because I know that you can depend on me. You can rely on me. If I said I'm going to do it, you can take it to the bank. It's happening. Right. And so the bottom line is, I love it how Heidi's talking about Jaime last night, going manager every single week. All of us should be able to sponsor 4 people new a week. You know why? Because Jay Atkins gives you the roadmap. He gives you the GPS to go in there and print out that document. You can find it at thisisitteam.com. If you haven't gone to This Is It Team, I'm not even going to show you where to find it because you know what? Then you won't watch Jay Atkins' video. So you can watch the video and he's going to show you where to find it. And then guess what? Like he says, let's say the goal is to talk to 3 people a day. Or 5 people a day. And some days you only talk to 3. Well, what does that mean? That means tomorrow, because your goal was 5 and you only did 3 today. That means tomorrow you're doing what? How many? 7. Why? Because you didn't hit your goal the day before. So I think what happens with passivity and people just really like, I said to Scott, people are kind of addicted to, I'm okay financially. That's what people get addicted to. I'm okay financially, right? And I'm not okay. I'm not okay financially. I like to give out $100 tips, and we like to give out $100 tips to people like it's candy canes. Like we're crazy about it. Like we have a very abundant mindset, and we just want to give to people in need. Like yesterday, there was a Hispanic guy in the parking lot saying, I have health problems, I'm sick, and he was playing the accordion. Well, I play the accordion. If you didn't know that about me, now you know. I'm German and I play the accordion. My brother and I, when we were little, we used to go into the nursing homes, which is why I have a love for elderly. And we used to play the accordion on Sundays for the elderly in nursing homes. True fact about Renita Brannon. But anyway, so we're in the parking lot driving away, and all of a sudden I see this guy, this Hispanic guy playing the accordion saying, I've got health problems. Can you give me some money? We stopped the vehicle. Scott got out. I don't know how much he gave, but he just pulled out a wad of cash and he just threw it in the thing because this guy was over there playing the accordion so beautifully. I just love to give money away. We just love to give money away. We just love to be a blessing to people. We're not tight. We're not stingy. If you're hanging on tight, you're not making any more. I'm like, currency, man. Open the hand up, invest in your business, invest in your team, invest in others. You know what I mean? You guys know that we open our checkbooks for the $25,000 incentive. I'm waiting to cut checks over here. We're waiting to cut checks. Scott and I are like, come on, hit it in 65 days so we can write you a $25,000 check, guys. Put your money where your mouth is. A lot of people are tight. You know what I mean? You're not going to make a lot of money in network marketing. I'm just going to be honest. And I'm not opposed to being frugal. I think it's important to be frugal. But there's a difference between frugal and stingy. Definitely. And like Meredith Burkich said on the trip, she said, you need to take the business like it's your own business. You need to start investing in your team. Quit waiting for your upline to invest in your team. You invest in your team, right? You offer the incentives up. You offer the promotions. It's your team. It's like she said, when she was in network marketing, she would take 30% of what she earned every week and invest it back into her business. By the way, in any other business on the planet, you'd be doing that. When we owned a gym, I'm just going to tell you the truth. 100% of what we made with our gym was invested back into repairing the equipment, getting new equipment, right? Like we literally invested getting certifications for instructors that quit on us. We invested 100% of what we earned right back into that gym. So when she said invest 30%, I'm like, oh yeah, that's not even hard to do, right? Just buy extra patches and start using them as incentives. If you don't have patches, you're not growing your business. If you're working from an empty tank, you're not given any water. Like you need to have extra patches to be able to patch and serve and love and bless, right, guys? And if you're not, I'm wondering how you're growing this business and how big do you think it's actually going to be? Let's just be honest. Let me just be a realist with you for a second. I don't be a realist very often because I'm pretty much of an optimist and I'm a vision caster and thinker and I voice where I want things to be. But just ask yourself, what am I investing right now into my team? What am I investing into my business that's helping to propel my business to the next level so I'm not caught at this rank financially, right? You got to do something different. Scott and I went to lots of marital counseling over the years. The number one thing I learned about marital counseling, if something's going to change, something's going to have to change. You can't keep doing the exact same thing and expect different results. You've got to get radical. You've got to get drastic. I love it. Be obsessed or be average. You know, I love that book by Grant Cardone. I love being obsessed with something. People are obsessed with baseball and football and basketball. Have you been to a game? We've been to several NBA games and NFL games. People are on their feet cheering like crazy. They're obsessed, right? How about be obsessed with serving and blessing and loving and patching and growth, right? And miracles. I'm obsessed with miracles. I'm obsessed with miracles. Are you? That's my question. So I could talk all night. Do you guys have any questions? Hopefully you learned something by tonight's meeting. If you're saying, Renita, we didn't discuss the 6 ways of earning. You know why? You got a link for that. I put it in the chat. It's the 21-minute video. Watch the 6 ways of earning. And by the way, it's about to be upgraded. So you got to get yourself to director so you can get to that event in Dallas, either virtually or in person, so you know the new comp plan, which is better yet. Say it with me. It just keeps getting better. Say it. It just keeps getting better. The new comp plan is an upgrade to what we're doing right now. So if you think, oh, I wish there was more ways of getting paid. Just saying, this is all for real, right? We get to be part of this, right? I love you. I believe the very best is yet to come. Any final comments or questions before we sign off? All right, 14 new messages. I don't even know if I know how to look at them. Let me see here. Okay, I think I got it. Scott, can you help me? Is Scott on here? Keeps getting better. It does just keep getting better. You bet. Hopefully you learned a little something tonight. Yeah, I love how he broke everything down into those 4 weeks. You can go down to the week, the day, like the hour. I'm a big believer in time blocking. I've time blocked my whole life. I've been a time blocker because many times I was personal training clients. I was teaching classes. So if I had 17 hours in a day that I was working, it was time blocked exactly what I was doing every single hour. There was not like, it was not like, I wonder what I'm going to do today. That's the problem with people when they get involved with network marketing. When they quit their day jobs, you better be a good time blocker, because if not, now you don't have somebody telling you what to do. You've got to become excellent at telling yourself what to do, right? You know, when you make a commitment, commit to yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm committing to my health. I'm committing to weight loss or whatever you're committing to. You're going to Costco. You know, you're going to run into samples on a Saturday. What are you telling yourself before you walk into Costco on a Saturday afternoon with 20 sample things in there? You got to be so committed to yourself and your goals, right? I'm not touching a thing. You might think, and she's radical. I am. I want to help 1 million people. We want to be earning 5 times the amount of money we're earning right now, because that means we're going to be helping 5 times the amount of people. I am radical about it. You can be radical and obsessed, or you can stay average and be, I'm okay. And people that are okay are not okay, I've realized. I told Scott, 90% of people are on some type of medication for depression or anxiety. I'm not one of them. I wear patches, right, guys? So think about this. You got to ask yourself, am I sick and tired of staying the same? Okay. And if that's you, gosh, go listen to the training from yesterday. So again, mandatory trainings Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. That's you. That's where you grow and get your team on these things. You get on the Saturday training. The beautiful thing about it is it's not Jay and Mikey every single Saturday. Some Saturdays it'll be Scott and I. The next Saturday it will be, a person who worked for the IRS for 30 years, right? Every single Saturday, those business trainings are different on This Is It team. And so you really get a nice variety of different temperaments. If you look at me and say, this woman's over the top, don't worry. I'm not every single Saturday training. Sometimes you're going to have a temperament that's the opposite of me, right? So that's what I love about it. And here's what I'm going to tell you as a leader. Get really good at going to the buffet and telling me what you like. I don't want to hear what you don't like. I don't care about that. And you should care less about it too. You need to go to the buffet and tell me what the gold is on the buffet. We need to start finding the gold in the situations, the gold in the people, the gold in the miracles that people are telling you. I don't want to hear the garbage. I don't want to hear what you hate. I don't care that you hate corn and fried chicken. What do you love on the buffet? Right? Remember, to start talking positive, make yourself irresistible to people. Okay? If you're always on Facebook griping and moaning about something, I don't want to follow you. I want to follow Chris. I want to follow Chris Pavic. She's breaking it down. She's telling me what this doctor's saying. Gosh, now I don't have to watch the video. Thank you, Chris, for doing that. Just tell me what he said, right? Because time is money, right? You see what I'm saying? She found the gold in the video and she related to you. She's going to be an SPD, elite. Why? Because she's doing that. She's finding the gold. She's finding the gold. Those people who get in our Facebook groups and gripe and moan and bitch, I'm just going to tell you, I have everything in my power not to block them. I think I'll give them one more chance, because if you come in there with a problem, you better come in with 3 solutions. And that's being a leader 101. It's called sandwiching. Positive, problem, positive. If you can't come in with a sandwich, it tells me you got a long way to go and you're probably going to be off these patches in 2 months. Okay. Because you're negative and you're looking for an out. Okay. And that's me just being forthright and truthful with you about the truth about what it needs to take to grow this business into a big 6- and 7-figure income. You got to start finding the gold. You got to get on the salad bars and tell me the stuff you love. Oh, I love the ice cream cone at the end, or whatever it is that you love, right? Get on there and be the bearer of light and the good news, right? That's what people need more of, is that joy restored in their life, because joy is healing, right? That is healing for people, getting around positive energy and positive things, getting around where someone gets on, I call it the complain train, crap magnet train. Somebody complains in social media and I can't stand it when I see people say following. What are you following? Snap out of it. That just drives me bonkers when I see in social media. It's some crappy blah, blah, blah. And then people type below following. That's called a crap magnet. Like, I just want to follow the bad stuff. Who are you? You need more than one patch. Put 15 on and drink some electrolytes and get some sunshine, for God's sake, right? And it really shocks me when it's Christians saying that, following. I'm like, listen, follow the good stuff. Follow the miracles. Let that stuff go from your head to your heart. Are you guys getting what I'm saying tonight? This is powerful stuff. Don't follow the crap. Remember, when you get on the complaint train, you're the next passenger. That's a crap magnet. Good for you, not me. I want off that train. I got off that train a long time ago, and that's how you're able to create abundance and miracles in your life. You are not creating abundance and miracles in your life if you're on the wrong train, if you're on the wrong tracks. Okay, are you guys with me? So you got to get on the right tracks. And if you see this stuff happening in our Facebook group or even on social media, try to be the diffuser, not the following person. Weird. In my mind, I'm like, that person's not going anywhere fast because they want to follow the garbage, right? Get with it. Snap out of it. Break the pattern of the negative and the sickness and the destruction. The world loves drama. The world loves drama. Trust me, I was on the news for 8.5 years, and anytime that the ad dollars would go up, it was crisis. And then all of a sudden the crisis would get solved, and I would go into the radio station and everybody was long-faced. And the TV station, I'd say, why is everybody so long-faced? And they would look at me, the people that ran the television station, and they'd say to me, we need another crisis, Renita. And I would think to myself, I'm at the wrong place. These guys are all crap magnets. They're feeding from the drama, right? Thank God, God delivered me from that situation. The point is, I want you guys to know you always want to take the high road. So when you see that stuff being posted, come in there and kill it with kindness. Come in there and be the uplifter. Come in there and shine the light on it. Don't type following garbage. Okay? Are you with me? You guys understand? This is leadership 101 I'm teaching. If you didn't know that, you learned that tonight. That you don't get on the complaint train, because then you just become a passenger of the complaint train and it's not going to get you very far. I want to be on the, by the way, let me just tell you one more thing. Scott was booking our flight to Switzerland or whatever for this top 10. We made top 10. Thank you, Jesus. I was visualizing, Scott and I were visualizing having dinner days on end and meals with Christina and David, and we are top 10 in the company. Thank you, Jesus. And thank you for our team. And thank you for David and Steve and Gina and everybody who just has helped. But what I said to Scott is he's booking this thing about paragliding over the Swiss Alps. And I said, we're going to do what? He said, we're going to paraglide. Do you know what? We hang on to one of those things and the legs fly to the back and you're like going over the Matterhorn. Really? So I just envisioned myself with like 15 Eon patches on my face, paragliding over the Matterhorn. Because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to put a few patches on for this one because this is gonna be wildly fun and adventuresome. Anyway, you guys, I believe the very best is yet to come. I pray you do too. Hopefully you took some nuggets from tonight. I'm 4 minutes over. I got to get off. I love you. Remember, Wednesday night is going to be the Billionaire Mindset. I think we might have Erin. Erin is a life coach and she is profoundly amazing. She's on our team. She just went manager and she's about to go director. And Erin, I think, may be helping us on Wednesday night. And if we don't see her this Wednesday, hopefully it's the Wednesday following. But she's going to give us a big dose of personal development on Wednesday night on the Billionaire Mindset call. And then Thursday night is your night to recruit. That's Testimony Thursday, guys. And again, that's all posted and are featured in the group. So that's it. May the Lord bless you, keep you, and shine his face upon you, be gracious to you, and grant you favor all the days of your life. I love you. The very best is yet to come. Say it out loud. The very best is yet to come. We are blessed to be with the best. We are blessed to be part of LifeWave, you guys. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks, Chris Pavick, for contributing tonight. I love you, lady. Go follow her. She's amazing.